Hey everyone, this is Ira Nicodemus, and today we are talking about the Inflation Reduction Act. We have done 6 videos so far on different aspects of this for solar projects, for energy efficiency projects. Today's video is the last one, and it's going to be an example to kind of show how it ties it all together. So a lot of numbers, buckle in, but I think this will help as we go through this example. So if we look here, I'm going to use an example of a school. Let's say this is a rural school district. They have 3 schools, 350,000 square feet. This is probably a district of, let's say, maybe 1,200 students, 1,500 students, something like that size. They're in a low-income area, so they're going to get the low-income bonus. They're going to use domestic content. And their issue is that they have some old HVAC. About 25% of the HVAC is older. They are also looking at doing a control system. So currently it's all different programmable thermostats. So they want to be able to tie those together, better schedule the building. Most of the lights aren't still LED, so they're going to convert those. They do have some land available, about 5 acres, that's close to the school. Don't have plans for future use, so that's available for solar. So currently they're spending about $400,000 a year on utilities. About 325 of that is from electric. The rest would be gas and water. So we come in, we put together a project that's going to include both efficiency and solar. So we'll go ahead and take care of those 25% of the HVAC units that need to be replaced. Put in a new control system, do the LED lighting conversion, maybe we do some building envelope, weatherization, some commissioning, things like that. They could also throw in some things like a security vestibule for the high school. This is a big priority for schools, so they may be able to bundle in something like that that's more of an infrastructure upgrade. Now, we're also going to put solar on that 5-acre parcel, and we'll talk about what that looks like here in a minute. So total energy conservation work is $1.3 million. But they reduce utility usage by about 13.6%, which is worth $55,000 a year. Now, remember, the 170.90 tax deduction is based on a reduction from the ASHRAE or the IES baseline. So we're going to say that's about 28%. I haven't done those calculations, but we're probably pretty close here. 28% would be worth $2.80 a foot. 350,000 square foot puts you at a $1 million deduction. Now remember, that's a deduction, not a credit, so that's going to be worth about $210,000 if we are at a 21% tax rate. Now, the contractor is going to realize that because the school can't take it directly. They're going to pass along $150,000 of the $210,000 back to the district. We also get a utility rebate of about $38,000, so we get our net cost down by close to $200,000. Now the solar system, we're going to keep that under 1 megawatt. So 5 acres will be right around a 1 megawatt AC system, at least here in Texas it is. That will produce almost 2 million kilowatt hours a year. Now that's worth about $103,000 based on their current grid rate. The system costs $2.5 million in gross cost, but it is going to have these tax credits. Remember, we said we get the 30% the base credit. We get 10% for domestic content, 10% for low income. So it would be 50%, but they're going to finance it with tax exempt debt. So we're going to have a 15% reduction. So they're actually getting 42.5% of just the solar portion back. So our total gross project cost was going to be $3.8 million. We're basically getting $1 million back on solar, $200,000 back on efficiency. So we're coming in $1.2 million back on incentives. So our net cost is $2.6 million. If we finance that at 3.5% over the next 20 years, we get an annual payment of about $179,000. Now, the project will save about $161,000 in year one. So there is a bit of a cost difference that the district will need to make up. However, what we've done here is that by bringing a lot more of the production in-house with the solar system, as well as reducing the amount of energy that's being used for efficiency, as the grid power rates increase over time, the value of those things are increased. So when we look at a 20-year cash flow, it's fair to build in some amount of escalation. Now, be very careful with this because this can make the numbers look very good if that escalation factor is too high. In this case, we put in an escalation factor of 2%. That's better than the normal CPI, which has been around 2.2% until it kind of got crazy here the last few years. So put in 2% annual inflation, and what happens is the value of the things that we're doing now become greater and greater over time as what we would have done otherwise is increasing. So when we look at this in over a 20-year period, we see that there is a total net savings over 20 years of $341,000. So essentially, we're getting all of the work done, and And it's still, after the finance costs and the interest and everything, over a 20-year period, it's a net save back to the district. So hopefully what this example gives you is an idea of how you can pull together these different projects. Now, each situation, as you can see, is going to be different. There's a lot of different moving factors here, a lot of things we need to consider with what credits are available. So we have built calculators that take all this into consideration. It is very easy to pull together some high-level numbers and see what it might look like for your project. So if this is something you're interested in, of course, feel free to reach out. Be happy to talk with you and help you more and figure out how the Inflation Reduction Act can help you save up to 60% on your next solar and or energy efficiency project. Hope this has been helpful. This is Ira signing off. Take care and talk soon.